Let's understand performance routing now. Think about a scenario where you got your organization that has multiple locations to serve the traffic to the end users. If you look at this picture here, we got locations in West US, North Europe, and East Asia. And you would always like to make sure that the users are routed to the nearest data center to achieve the best responsiveness. Now, if you got a user in Denmark or probably somewhere in Europe, then we would like that traffic to be served to the end user from an endpoint that is residing in West Europe data center. And this will make sure that they experience the lowest latency and high responsiveness. The performance routing method is designed to improve the responsiveness by routing the traffic to the location that is closest to the user. The closest endpoint is not necessarily measured by the geographical distance. Instead, the traffic manager determines closeness by measuring network latency. Traffic Manager maintains something called as Internet Latency Table to track the round trip time between IP address ranges and each Azure data center. With this method, Traffic Manager looks up the source IP address of the incoming DNS request. In this case, it is Denmark, and then it looks that up in the Internet Latency Table. Traffic Manager chooses an available endpoint in Azure Data Center that has the lowest latency for that IP address range, and then it returns the endpoint in the DNS response. Remember that the Traffic Manager does not receive DNS queries directly from clients. Rather, DNS queries come from the recursive DNS service that the clients are configured to use. Therefore, the IP address used to determine the closest endpoint is not the client's IP address, but it is the IP address of the recursive DNS service. In practice, this IP address is a good proxy for the client. Let's understand the geographic routing in the next lesson now.